Hey people, how you doing? It's your boy Mo Better Publishing Productions LLC. In connection with I Deserve a Deal, and Let Me Make You Famous Collective Minds LLC. I had a, sh- I had a show called In Real Life with Mo Better. Really just doing segments of it right now as I speak because everything I talk about is real life situations and you can make a comment, reply on it if you choose to. I've been meaning to do something else about Bill Cosby. I did a first thing about Bill Cosby before, like, could this be possible? I've been incarcerated, so I've seen people come in there for some of the weirdest things that you could ever imagine. It's things that you only think happen in movies and in books. But then when you get to thinking about the situations, about Bill Cosby, I said, if possible, I can't doubt it. But if this, I mean, I still say the same things. If he did this, the Most High gonna take care of it. Gonna look at it. When I think about it from a human perspective, for me, and I think about where we are, excuse me, I'm thinking about where we are right now in life. I did a couple of videos. Um, remember your past so you don't carry it on to the future. Do it again. He who does not remember his past or is doomed to repeat it. The transgenderization of the black man and woman, things of that nature. And in these things, I talk about how we as a people, as a culture, the black man, black woman, we have been going through a process and taking through a process of grooming, training, and through the processes of propaganda, advertisement. A lot of people don't know that advertisement and propaganda can be both good and bad. It can make you go out and buy this wash machine, but it can also make you hate somebody. It can make you go out and kill somebody. It can make you feel sorry for people, but at the same time, it can make you, again, situations, ISIS and all that crazy stuff. It depends on how it goes into the brain and whose brain it goes into, how they uh, digest it, and then regurgitate it. I say that to say this: when you're talking about us as a people, uh, I think that through a course of time, well, I'm not. Well, I can go directly. Nat Turner, Baldwin. We could talk about Frederick Douglass. We could talk about Black Wall Street. We could talk about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Huey Newton. Any time that there was a stand up, or people that was able to stand up, they shut them down immediately. Whether it be violent or non-violent, they shut them down, and to the degrees to where they actually and eventually will kill you. Uh, Case in point, Malcolm X was, if you put your hands on me, I'll put my hands on you. Nat Turner put his hands on people. They put his hands on him. Same thing with Huey Newton. Martin Luther King was so powerful standing up, but he was actually getting to a level to where he'd be like, hey, man, I'm tired of this. For real, it's non-violent, but you keep being violent on me. And according to your rules and regulations, I have the right to defend myself. He was assassinated after that. Uh, if you look through a period of time, you'll see that anytime any one of us was able to stand up, again, you see what happened. Barack Obama got in office, and they want to talk about the situation and the demonstrations. Barack, he ain't done nothing for the black people. He's done a lot for us, but I want some of us to understand. Broaden your mind, broaden your vision, open your peripheral vision in your mind, your peripheral vision and thinking. Now, when he started talking about doing anything for us as a people or anything us, first of all, understand that he runs a nation. So this is not just about black people. He runs a nation. And regardless of what anybody want to say, he was allowed to be in office no matter how many times you voted. It is what it is. They letting who in office who they want in office for particular reasons and purposes. And when he started to do things pertaining to a people that would better everybody in these situations, somebody climbed the White House fence. Never been done. Ever. I think it was like 2 shootings inside the White House, and they have no idea of who did it. You can take it as you want to. I'm gonna take it from the street perspective. You know what I'm saying? Street doesn't really get too far from corporate America when you start talking about the gangsterism that go down in it. So we letting you know, man, we'll kill you. That's my thought process. May be wrong, but that's my thought process. For those who have been where I've been, gone through some of the things I have, understand they don't understand, they overstand what I'm talking about. And we get to the situation of Bill Cosby directly. Coming up through a time when we weren't even allowed on TV, you know, aside from being spooks and jigaboos, watermelon eaters, and yes, boss, bastard, you know, Bill made it. Bill played everything from back then. I mean, from the intelligent to the comical to whatever it was, he did it. He was in a perspective. The Most High allowed him to be in a perspective to where he was viewed by everybody. And he was still standing for his people, the culture of his people, coming up with the processes of Nat King Cole, Louis Armstrong, you know. I read his book, what's his name? The Essence of a Man. First black man to slap a man on Sidney Poitier. That's it, Sidney Poitier. They all come up around these perspectives before Richard Pryor and all that. So this man was famous. What he said goes anywhere and everywhere. So you coming up through the 70s, same thing. Fat Gang, comical situations, but it was still teaching culture, lessons to be learned in life. And you go on and you go to the 80s, and you got the different TV shows and things of that nature that he put on. The ones that he sponsored was all about black education. It was about the culture of a people, the growth and development of a people. And that's phenomenal. So guess what Bill is doing? He's always spoke about that, but now he began to be outspoken. He began to be like, I'm acting. I'm no longer just talking, because what we're doing is like ridiculous. Look, man, we died in water holes and got dogs sick on us. And this is what you do? We went through all that we went through for them not to kill us so that we can do it ourselves. So he began to speak on it. In the process of beginning to speak on it, each time something happened, when he was getting ready to buy like a channel or a network situation or something like that, to where it would be black education, cultural education, psychology, fundamentals of life pertaining to a culture of a people, guess what? He was Malcolm X. In one way or another, you get assassinated, whether it's physically or it's through character. You're assassinated. And when he began to speak, now 20, 30-year-old rape convictions come out. Again, I don't know what happened, but I wasn't there. But I want to understand, or people to understand, or understand the character assassination that takes place. When you start thinking of things, here's a man that can get you anything you want, but he got to get you high to get some. He has the ability to place you where you really want to be, in the realm that you really want to be in, as far as acting is concerned. But now he got to rape you to do it. People today, since even back then, in the arts and the entertainment situations, have been what? Have sexed their way up to places. That's always there. So now you mean to tell me that Bill Cosby had to give some people some pills? And then I want to understand if people say, well, man, okay, he even said it in some of these plays and some of this. I want to ask you a question. When you was in the streets, or you in the streets now, when she say, we getting ready to get it in, but I need one. I'm not saying it's correct, but do you go get it? If she say she wants something to sip, do you go get it? I'm not saying it's correct, but do you go do it? When you underground, and she say she want a line, I'm just keeping it all the way real. I'm shooting from the hip. Do you go get it? If that's what you do. Even if you don't, is that what you do? From any perspective that you go through, when you dealing with this chick or this chick dealing with you, guess what? Y'all get what each other want to make it happen. Now it's because I don't like you or whatever the situation is, I might be paid to do something. Now it's rape. Now I did it unwillingly, unwillingly. What makes it different from Bill? What makes it different from Bill is, guess what? He's a celebrity. I guess in certain situations they say he should know better, but guess what? They do it. You make the person that you get ready to be with comfortable on how they ask you to be comfortable. I mean, to tell me this man can get you anywhere you want to be and he has to sneak something in for you. Aside from that part, I want to talk about Debbie Allen. And I want to talk about Felicia Rashad, right? Coldest women in the game from back then still to the day. Bill done ran across everybody. But I want to talk about them two particularly. Help them get their sets and everything. They say they lying. That the people, he never tried that with me. He never did this with me. He never did. What about, I mean, what's her name? The one who did Lisa. I think her name is Lisa Bonet. She ain't say nothing. We know how she get on, went and did what she wanted to do it. And she said, I ain't got to listen to Bill. Did she ever say that? Felicia Rashad, Debbie Allen, sex symbols still today. Class, polish, finesse, sexy, sophisticated. Say that, man, he ain't never tried that with me. So you mean to tell me he went somewhere else to where he could have got, man, I can get the coldest. So he went beneath his wife, Camille. He went beneath Debbie Allen. He went beneath Felicia Rashad. He went beneath everybody else in character and appearance. For real, if you want to keep it real, they're going to do this. Guess what the demonstration is? Bill Cosby was tired. He was tired of talking about our culture. He was tired of talking about the lack of our growth and development. Bill Cosby was getting ready to act. And guess what? In the process of acting, they assassinated him. They killed him. And guess what? He ain't ready to die. A lot of people be ready to die. Malcolm X, he knew I'm dying, I'm still going. Martin knew I'm still going. Nat Turner said, if they ever catch me, I'm gonna die. He ain't ready to die. Barack wasn't ready to go. He said, man, I got 2 baby girls and still baby girls, and I'm letting y'all, I understand that y'all telling me y'all assassinate my whole family. So I'm gonna bag up and do what I can finally get my way about and then bounce. I might be able to do more later than I can now. It's the same demonstration with Bill Cosby. He was tired of talking. He was beginning to get ready to speak. Baddest national network, overstanding what advertisement and propaganda can do for people, how it can change the thought process in the brain. And guess what was happening? With Bill Cosby, guess why he was so detrimental? Guess why he was so effective? Because white people like Bill. Every culture you go to, like Bill. Guess what? He would have made a movement that would have changed the scope of what they trying to do. And guess what they got to do? They got to kill him in one way or another. You understand? If Bill come up missing, it'll be like the riots. What was that boy that they beat, almost the police beat? It'll go down like that. So guess what? They got to assassinate him in character. They got to make people look at him as he's beneath anything that he ever talked about. And this is my thought process of the situation. Please speak on it and tell me what you think. They trying to assassinate Bill because they know he was ready to act and he was ready to move. But if you can, Bill, for real, come on back, speak up, man. For real, we still want you. We still need you in real life.